feeling ko I'm the glue of my family. Hindi ako pwedeng mag-breakdown. Kasi pag nag-breakdown ako, mawawasak lahat. Parang hindi ko afford mag-fail as a person. Kaya nga parang sobrang hyper-fixated ako on doing things my way because I know it has worked for me effectively for a very long time. Na kapag nasira siya, parang feeling ko mararatal yung sistema.
Breathe and bear it all. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Bear It All podcast. So, when you think of a beauty queen, you probably picture someone who's always poised, graceful, and perfectly polished. But our guest today has proven that you can wear the crown and you can still be loud, funny, relatable, vocal, and completely yourself. She's the kind of beauty queen who isn't afraid to laugh at herself, speak her mind, and show people that authenticity is always more beautiful than perfection. But beyond her smile, laughter, and bubbly personality is an ate who always worked hard, carried big responsibilities, and done everything she could for the people that she loved. Today, we're getting to know the other side of her. Please welcome the one and only Jusa Joy Barcoma!
Hi!
I'm so happy to have you here.
Hi! Para bang hindi nag-chismisan prior.
Wala ka na sa dog show, diva set?
Hi!
Ganyan na siya ngayon. I love it. I'm so happy you're here. Thank you so much.
No,
I really
thank you
told
for
my
having
team
me.
I need her here.
Talaga?
It's like one ate energy ka din.
Salamat.
You and I think we share that. We have, both of us have 5 siblings and we are both ates.
Yes,
so
the
okay.
ates of the family.
To our babies who are working abroad, I know life away from home isn't always easy. And whenever you decide to send money, syempre gusto mo yung simple, mabilis, at sulit. That's why I recommend TapTapSend. It has 0 transfer fees for all mobile banks and e-wallets. So mas malaking portion ng pinaghirapan mo ang siguradong makakarating sa mga mahal mo sa buhay. If you're working in the US, Australia, Canada, UAE, UK, or Europe, download TapTapSend today and use my code TAPDANNY and get an extra $20 for your first Pada Love. Because no matter how far you are, it's always nice to have a simple way to stay connected with the people you love. Now, let's get back to the episode. Perfect topic sa kanya yung pagiging ate kasi wala pa akong nako-converse dito na about ate talaga.
Talaga?
And we're known for it. The eldest daughter theory. Alam mo
Oo,
yun,
nga,
di ba?
yung eldest daughter syndrome daw nila.
Meron talagang, it's a thing that goes on and I'm like, finally I get to sit down with someone who I can banter with about this.
Totoo, kasi when I read about the eldest daughter syndrome, sabi ko, ano ba to? Parang, is it like, just like the other syndrome na nakikita ko? So when I searched about it, nakalagay doon yung parang pagiging hyper-responsible mo and then you're ultra-conscious about the things you're spending on, lalo na kapag dating sa sarili mo. You're also, technically, you become a people pleaser.
Yeah.
So parang ako, why is this attacking me?
I feel attacked.
I feel attacked. Stop.
I love it.
Totoo.
But wait, I want to get to know you though na hindi pa alam ng ibang tao about you. Can you give me at least 3 things that hindi alam ng tao about you?
I'm polished, graceful, and wow, this is kind of... Yes, a first line.
Salag nito. Okay, go.
Ano bang hindi alam ng tao sa akin? I'm very strict sa kapatid ko. Very.
Oh, you're disciplinarian ka na ate.
Very ate ako. Hindi naman ako yung parang may consequence, but I hate it when my siblings are lying to me.
Oh.
Parang ayoko talaga na nagsisinungaling sila. So parang na-build ko naman yung ganong klase ng relationship with my siblings na pag may kasalanan, may nagawa, may nangyari, tell it to me, okay lang.
Yeah.
And then we'll do something about it. So I'm very strict about that. Pangalawa, I'm not always happy. I'm not always joyful.
Oh.
Behind the scenes, napapagod din pa ang bibig ko.
Lalo na kung puhunan mo naman talaga, girl.
Kasi parang imagine maghapon ka nagsasalita sa labas. Pag uwi mo na bahay, magsasalita ka pa rin. So pag nasa bahay, usually tahimik lang ako pag sa bahay. Parang I'd like to keep that energy and keep my home as my safe space.
Yeah.
For myself also na parang pahinga ko to. And then third, ano pa bang ibang totoo sa akin? Bukod sa pagiging matakaw ko.
Sabi ko, pag nahuhuli ko nga yung mga live mo minsan, lagi kang kumakain.
Lagi ako kumakain.
I love it.
I'm very irresponsible.
What? I don't think so.
I am.
What do you mean by you're irresponsible?
Hindi ako maalaga sa sarili ko. So I'm very irresponsible when it comes to myself. I'm very responsible when it comes to my family, to my work, kasi I take pride in that. I take pride in taking care of other people. Pero pagdating sa sarili ko, sobrang irresponsible ko talaga.
Girl, eldest daughter ka talaga. You're really an ate. I think
Yun.
every ate will relate to what you said. I feel like all of us genuinely don't care for ourselves talaga.
Actually.
We're always the last. We always forget about ourselves. Parang next time na tayo. Okay lang next time na.
Oh.
Until marirealize na lang natin na parang ba't ang kalat ko na?
Actually, pag alam mo, may nakita ko last time na yung mga kalat mo daw sa bahay, it symbolizes the way parang nakikita mo yung life mo. So parang yung mga kalat mo sa pintuan, it symbolizes the clutter daw sa isip mo.
Oh my
And then
gosh.
yung mga bagay na hindi mo ma-disregard, it actually symbolizes yung mga bagay na hirap ka ding i-let go sa sarili mo within you.
Yes.
So parang ka, oh my God, lahat yata kailangan ko itapon sa bahay na.
Parang kailangan ko magdikla.
Parang kailangan ko itapon lahat. Ganun lang siya.
Ibarikondo na yung place mo.
Oo.
But meron ka rin bang ugali? I don't know if you can relate to this, but ako may ugali akong ganito. The ako na problem. Yung ako na yan, ako nagagawa, ako naaayos.
Yes.
May problema ka, ako na bahala. Like, meron ka bang ganong ugali din?
Ang noble line sa akin ng kapatid ko, utos mo, gawa mo. Ganun na siya.
Oh.
So parang, yun yung lagi, kasi kapatid ko laging kasama ko na nag-a-assist sa akin. Kasi siya yung parang nakakatagal sa trabaho na ginagawa ko. Most of the people kasi will get tired of it.
Yeah,
So
kasi diba you travel pa?
I travel, tapos I take multiple jobs in a day. So parang
Wow.
limited time talaga to sleep. And I feel like if I'm gonna get other people to work for me, parang ano na siya, overworking na siya, madodole ako.
So kapatid ko na lang, wala kang
So,
choice.
labor of love yan. Love it. As an ate pa rin. Yun.
Tama.
Para lagi yung sinasabi sa akin, utos mo, gawa mo. And then sometimes I get a realization nga na, oo nga, no, even if you want other people to help you, sometimes it's better that you do it yourself na lang. Kasi I still overthink it eh.
Yeah.
So parang I think of better ways to do it. I think of faster ways to do it. I think of more efficient ways to do something. So parang ako, sige na, ako na yan. Ganyan.
Yes. Or parang natatakot ka that they might not do it your way.
Or they might not do it correctly.
Yes. Ayaw mo naman na parang ikaw na, pinagawa mo na sa iba, ikaw pa yung nahassle.
Oo.
Lagi naman ganun eh. Or parang ako sa business ko, they always say, na ba't ikaw lang nagtatakbo? Get other people to do it. I said like, but I don't think anybody's gonna take care of my business the way that I would.
Yes.
What if it gets mishandled? Like, I don't think I'll forgive myself. Pero ako naman yung nagrereklamo na pagod na ako.
Actually, ganyan din
Diba?
ako. Kasi I handle and manage myself now. I handle myself.
And that's a lot, girl.
Yes,
And that's
yes.
a lot.
It's a handful.
Yes.
So, ako kasi means, yung nagmamanage ng sarili ko na with everything, household, sa family, sa career, ganyan. So, my hands are really full. Pero parang ayokong bitawan. Kasi
Yeah.
feeling ko, kapag binitawan ko siya, I'm also letting go of the control. Kaya nga parang sinasabihin ako minsan ng partner ko na parang may pagka-micromanager ka. And I feel like, yes, I'm guilty of it. But because also, I'm so afraid na magkaroon ng mistake and then parang masira lahat ng pinagpaguran ko. Because
tama.
I felt responsible for everything for too long for me to let it go now.
Yeah. At saka at the peak of your career. So now you're more afraid to parang, okay, if I let this go now or may isang magkamali, what if mawala lahat?
Yes.
Overthinker. Like, are you an overthinker?
I am malala. Malalang overthinker
Me too.
ako. Tapos napapanaginipan ko pa siya minsan.
Oh my God, we're really the same, girl! She's my best friend eh. Like, seriously, I'm like that. My mind is awake at night. Like, for some reason, parang sabi ng asawa ko daw, may isang time na nagising ako, para ako nag-sleep talk. Nagfo-formulate ako ng drink. Gumagawa ako ng wellness drink, girl. Sabi ko pa daw sa kanya, isulat mo to. Tinabi ko pa, isulat
Tapos
mo
natutulog
to.
din siya.
Tapos siya naman, sisulat. Sabi ko, gising yung utak ko. Sabi ko, ganun ba talaga lahat ng tao na overthinker na hindi talaga nag-rest yung mind natin?
I feel like, kasi whenever I'm about to rest in the evening, let's say parang pagod na ako, antok na ako, pag pikit ng mata ko, ang dami ko naiisip na kailangan kong gawin. And then kailangan ko na naman, okay, take down notes ko to para ma-compartmentalize ko lahat. Kasi before, I used to do journaling. Pero dahil sa sobrang busy ng schedule ko, hindi ko na siya kaya. So I feel like everything compounded na sa utak ko. Kaya nahirapan na din ako na mag-compartmentalize unless I write it down.
Yes.
So sobrang dami tumatakbo na parang hindi ko na alam kung anong huhugutin ko at times.
So, if you're like that as a person, what's your pahinga? What do you do when, you know, there's a time for you to rest your mind and not think of anything? What's your pahinga?
Ironically, ang pahinga ko ay trabaho. Yun talaga.
Sobrang pareho talaga kami nito. Oh my God.
Parang pag nasa bahay ako, sobrang guilty ko pag wala akong ginagawa. Na parang hindi tama to. Hindi na ba ako bookable? Hindi na ba ako backable?
Yes!
May ganun ako. Kahit alam ko kinabukasan,
may trabaho ka naman.
dire-diretso na naman siya. Tapos yung isang araw lang yun yung panahon para makahinga ako. Pero, ironically, pagdating sa trabaho kasi, when I'm working, I'm not thinking of other things. I'm just there to work talaga and to deliver what is being expected of me. So parang, for me, yun yung pahinga ko kasi I'm not thinking of other things. I'm just being in the moment. Yun kasi yung problema kapag parang siguro eldest daughter ka, your mind is always 10 steps forward. You're always 10 steps ahead and you're always thinking of your next step, of your next project, of your next work, your next job. Pero kapag nandun ako sa trabaho, I'm just in the moment. Kaya parang, okay, ito yung pahinga ko.
I think for me, it's a talent to be present at all times. Because there are some people that you're doing something but your mind is elsewhere. Or kung kunyari may problema kang pinagdadaanan, ang hirap siya i-remove from what you're doing eh. Kasi it consumes your mind.
Yes.
And I feel like yung mga ates is like that. Yung problema ng mga kapatid ko, nasa mind ko yan for weeks. I can't sleep. I can't function. It's like I have to fix everyone's freaking problems.
Yes.
And then when I have to work, it's like, okay, how do I shut it off for a while so I can work? I think there's only one instance na hindi ko na siya na-help. I think we were shooting last week. For the first time, gumive up ako. Normally, I'll continue one episode. Sige, I'll shoot. Pero that day, it's like, I'm just too overwhelmed today. I cannot shut it off. I think we have the habit of we can shut it off, but there are days na parang, hindi talaga kaya. I need to rest my brain.
Yeah.
May ganong moments ka rin ba?
Parang lately na-feel ko yung parang burnout. Kaya nga sabi ko, parang kailangan ko magpahinga. So I went out of town with my family. I went out of the country with my mom. Pero parang sabi ko, parang hindi. Parang ang kailangan ko, therapy with the monks. Ganon na yung kailangan ko.
Retreat.
Oo.
Girl, pareho talaga kami to. Gusto mo ikaw na isama na kita, sis.
Saan
Gusto ko
sa
mag-Bali
Laos?
retreat.
Talaga?
Gusto ko nang makipag sa universe. Ibigay na sa universe yung
parang
problema
gusto ko na
ko.
lang, kasi meron ako narinig na isang ginawa ng friend ko, pero sa Vietnam siya, parang sa province ng Vietnam. Ang ginawa niya, 2 weeks siya na retreat, and then salamuha lang siya with the monks.
Wow.
And then apparently you can talk with kahit kanino, with
Di ka
anyone.
magsasalita,
Hindi ka
okay.
magsasalita. No eye contact. Unless it's in the evening and it's time to share your thoughts for the day.
Wow.
That's the only time you get to talk. Pero for the whole day, you're alone with your mind.
2 weeks?
2 weeks.
Do you think we can last 14 days without thinking
Parang
and
30
talking?
minutes nga mababaliw na ako.
Ako feeling ko pagdating ko pa lang doon na silent lahat, okay, alis na ako dito. Hindi ko na kaya dito.
Parang kukumustahin ko kayong lahat talaga.
Sobrang nandamay ka parang ibang gustong manahimik. Pero it's more of like, I feel, honestly, silence scares me. When it's too quiet, yung there's no any sound that you hear, it scares me talaga.
Ako din.
Para sabi ng tao, ba't ganyan? Kasi sabi ko, hindi ko alam. Like when I sleep, kailangan may white noise, kailangan may rain sounds, or kailangan naririnig ko yung purifier ko. Yung parang complete silence scares me because I feel like I'll hear my thoughts and I'm scared of my thoughts.
Kaya nga ayoko din minsan, diba sabi na pag free diving, you'll be alone with your thoughts. Ayoko talaga. Kaya hindi ako nag-equalize eh. Parang pinapasukan talaga ng tubig yung tenga ko. Parang natatakot ako. Kasi pag mag-isa ka na lang sa ilalim ng water, you get to think a lot about a lot of things. So parang hindi ko kaya to. So nung una, na-enjoy ko siya.
Yeah.
Pero the more I stay underwater, the more I get alone with my thoughts, the more na natatakot ako sa sarili ko. Na parang,
girl, una sa lahat, ang una ko doon, fear na baka makain ako ng kung ano man nandun sa ocean na yun. Bago pa naman ako makapag-isip ng
So
ibang
that's what I
bagay.
did before, free diving. Para daw to free your mind. So para ako, hindi, kaya kong i-free yung mind ko nang hindi lumalangoy.
Pero na-try mo?
Na-try ko
Okay, so
before.
ano na-feel mo nung pag-dive mo sa ilalim?
Una masaya naman. Talagang dahil wala kang kasama sa ilalim, you'll just hear the water,
Ocean.
the water, the ocean. Tapos makikita mo lang yung beauty of nature. Talagang parang, wow, at peace ako, ganyan. Pero feeling ko kasi nasa langit yung pagka-peace ko. So parang hindi to totoo. Hindi to totoo.
Yeah, or they always say that peace could be a person, it could be a place. But mostly, peace is supposed to come from yourself.
Pero struggle kasi talaga siya. And I feel like the strongest trait that you can have is to be comfortable in your own thoughts.
Yeah.
And hindi ko pa siya nare-reach. Wala pa
Ako
ako sa
din.
ganong physiological attainment. Ganyan.
Ay, pwede tayo magsabi ng kung anong nafe-feel natin. Like itong podcast na to, I give advices, but I know for sure that sometimes I have to remind myself of, I have to practice what I preach. Because
Yes.
99.9%, this is so chaotic. Like, nang nag-shoot kami the other day na hindi ko na kinaya, girl, nag-rage room ako. Hindi kinaya ng thoughts ko. Sabi ko, kailangan ko magbasag. Sabi ko,
tama, violence is the answer. Wala nang peace.
hindi ako makakasapak ng tao, pero magbabasag ako ng plato, magbabasag ako ng TV. Hindi ko, pero kailangan may gawin ako right now sa sobrang galit ko. Alam mo yun? Yung, there comes a point that you don't know where to place your thoughts anymore. You also get tired.
Totoo. Kaya nung sinabi mo kanina, practice what you preach, I don't.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry, I don't. As much as I want to, parang hindi ko kaya, so binibigay ko na lang responsibilidad sa iba. Ito yung gawin nyo. Ito yung
na lang,
tama.
Kayo na lang baka magawa nyo ng tama. Hindi ko kasi kaya. Hindi ko kaya. I love it. May karamay pala ako. Kasi diba sabi ko kay Tasing, dami nagtatag sa akin, nakikinig sila ng Bear It All sa beach. Sana all. Sabi ko, sana all nasa beach at nagre-relax at nakikinig para magkaroon ng safe space. Ako kaya, mami-feel ko ba yon? Yung parang sinag-self-sabotage ako kaagad.
Ako naman, mental health speaker kasi ako. Natinigil ko din for quite a while kasi I feel like a villain in my own story. Na, mental health speaker, ikaw nga, aning-aning ka minsan. Tsaka minsan parang feeling ko meron akong imposter syndrome. Kasi of course, what I talk about sa mental health talks ko are my experiences, what I learned from it, ganyan. Pero minsan kasi hindi ko rin siya ina-apply. Yeah. And I hate it when I do that. Para ako nagkakaroon ng cognitive dissonance. So parang, girl, ano sinasabi mo? Hindi mo
alam mo, yan ako ngayon. Yan ang nararamdaman ko ngayon na parang okay, gumawa ko ng podcast to do this. But bakit yung sarili ko, hirap na hirap akong tulungan? Alam mo yun? But well, I guess it comes with the territory na maybe if you say it out loud and you advise people, you might
parang you get ownership kasi once you say it. Pero ako naman, ang naging realization ko naman, parang I think that's the beauty of being human, no? Not getting it right all the time and also having that chance to know kung ano yung dapat gawin and having that also space to make mistakes because you're not doing what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
And I feel like that made me more human. Kaya tumigil na lang muna ako sa pag-mental health talk, but I'm still an advocate.
Yeah.
Pero whenever people are asking me for advice, I direct them to a professional na lang na parang, girl, wag ako kasi natitrigger pa rin ako, ganyan. Na parang naaalala ko lang yung mga nangyayari sa akin dati. And I tend to forget some of the things that I did before. Lalo na yung mga times na meron ako mga relapses, yung mga attacks ko, anxiety, panic attacks. So, yung mga times na yun, parang somehow nabablur out na kasi siya sa utak ko.
Yeah.
I feel like that's also one way of parang coping mechanism ko siya. Parang trauma healing ang ginagawa ko. So, medyo blurred out na siya sa akin. Kaya parang ako, tigil muna tayo dito. Parang I want to fix myself first.
Do you recognize your triggers, ikaw?
Ako, oo. Alam ko kung saan ako natitrigger and most of the time sa lahat ng tao.
Kaya ayoko na lang sa inyong lahat. Pagod na ako sa inyong lahat.
So, yes, alam ko yung mga triggers ko. And interestingly, alam din siya ng partner ko. So, we're very careful with that. Pero, nagkaroon din ako before ng exposure therapy na the more I expose myself to it, the more I know how to manage it. Kasi the more na iniiwasan mo siya, I get talaga yung mga involuntary tremors, ganyan. So, parang hindi ko
makahinga.
Hindi ko hinakaya. So, parang the more na na-expose ako doon, the more I know how to manage it. Kaya parang ngayon, kahit alam ko na yung triggers ko, kahit isupalpal mo siya sa akin, okay lang.
Yeah,
I know how to
na
manage myself. Of course, I'm gonna think about it at the end of the day. But you're not gonna see me break.
Yeah, I love that. Girl, that's the best. I love that. I love what you said. You're never gonna see me break. I-teaser niyo yun. Ganda nun. Okay? Eto. Meron ba sa... What's one stereotype? Balik naman tayo. Since we're not really gonna go deep into beauty queens or not. But this I really want to hear from you. What's one stereotype about beauty queens that you hope people stop believing?
That beauty queens are superficial, that we're all about beauty, we're all about glam, we're all about makeups. Pero sana alam din ng tao nangyayari what's behind closed doors. I remember 2021, I had a series called Behind Closed Doors. It was for a pageant I did before, and I explained there what happens behind, kung ano yung mga preparations ng beauty queen that's more than just beauty. And also, ang daming mga beauty queens ang merong careers outside of beauty pageants. So I hope that we stop boxing women into a certain mold na ginawa lang ng mga laman ng mga tao na hindi rin naman naiintindihan kung ano talaga yung pinagdadaanan ng mga beauty queens. And sana hindi rin binabox yung mga beauty queens into these parang superficial platforms na dapat they're on top of everything, they have everything figured out. So parang ako, yun lang yung gusto ko sanang basagin. And I also hate it when people say na sumikat lang naman yan kasi nag-pageant siya. That's true. We acknowledge that beauty pageants open doors, pero it's the personality that makes you stay in that room.
Amen. Kala mo beauty queen, ano? Ano yung na-feel ko? Hello? Okay, wait lang. So, sandali lang. Let's start with the beauty queen. What was the deciding factor for you as to why you initially had this feeling na parang gusto ko maging beauty queen?
Ayoko lang magkaroon ng regrets. Yun lang siya. Parang parang wala naman akong parang masyadong parang epiphany na, oh my God, kailangan ko maging beauty queen.
Napaginipan ko.
Oo, magiging ano. Hindi naman para akong mommy ni Catriona na napanaginipan niya si Catriona in a red gown.
Yes.
Wala naman akong gano'n na moment. Parang ang akin lang, gusto ko lang siyang gawin kasi ayoko magkaroon ng regrets in the future. And then my partner also told me kasi na, bahala ka, 27 ka na. When you reached 50 and ma-realize mo na, sayang hindi ka na beauty pageant, wala ka na magagawa. So parang ako, sige na nga, gawin ko na lang din. Pero I made a promise to myself na if I join this year and I'm sacrificing money, my time, my mental health, my resources for this, might as well make it worthwhile. I'm not gonna change who I am. Take it or leave it.
Yes.
So parang ganun yung naging packaging ko sa sarili ko. Kaya nung natuwa ako na ngayon, kasi whenever people talk about beauty pageants, sabi nila ang hirap na daw ngayon kasi may social media na. Before, you go to an event, you show up, and that's it. You let the media do the coverage for you. Pero now you have to market yourself pa on social media.
Yes.
I feel like it's a double-edged sword. Yes, that's the painful part of it, na kailangan mo na talagang gastusan the way you market yourself. You have to really package yourself in a way that's likable to people. Pero I took the other edge. Parang kinuha ko yung kabilang edge niya and made it a positive way for me to market myself in a way na nakikita ko ng tao as me.
Yes.
So hindi ako basta beauty queen on social media. I am Joy on social media. And that's what I loved about it. Na hindi ko kailangan magpaka-prim and proper on social media because
girl.
I felt seen.
Sabi ko nga sa'yo, ikaw lang yung beauty queen talaga na kumakain, na nakatayo, yung nakaganyan sa table. Tapos, sabi ko, girl, it's so refreshing. Because if you, let's face facts. Lahat tayo ganyan sa bahay. We're very comfortable in our home. And normally, there's a standard that if you're a beauty queen, you have to be, may personality ka, may personality ka dapat na poise, which is why never ako sumali. Parang pwede pa naman. Sabi ko, never ako sumali kasi yan ang pinakawala ako talaga. Poise.
Ako rin, yung bunganga ko pa naman.
Girl, promise, yung palalakad ko pa lang, pag upo ko pa lang, wala na talaga. As in, ikakatalo ko talaga. But parang watching you and what you've made out of your career and still being a beauty queen, I'm like, it's okay. It's still possible to be myself. I don't really have to change myself like at a full 100 to be likable.
And pwede naman siya. Pwede ka naman maging loud, pwede ka naman maging funny, pwede ka rin maging quirky like me, while at the same time being poised kasi kaya mo naman i-train yung poise mo when you're on stage. You'll be professional naman when you're on professional setting. Pero kung nasa bahay lang naman ako, hindi na ako magka-arch ng bakat yung scoliosis ko naman.
Sino ba pinapatunayan ko dito? Sino bang audience ko dito sa bahay?
Parang wag na lang din, di ba? So parang ako, may tamang actions, may tamang traits, may tamang personality sa mga tamang setting. And hindi naman makikita maglalaro. Let's say, for example, I'm invited at a formal event. You wanna see me like that. Kaya parang ako, it's parang not right for me to pretend anymore because I know what to do in right situations. I know what to do in certain situations. Pero I know myself better. And I know that I can't hold up fakery for a very long time. And I'd rather be myself than please other people.
Yet, hello, being for me, ang pagka-plastic kasi ako nga, may tao lang ako na hindi ko gusto at nahayan ko. Bothered na ako buong araw. Yung kunyari nakita ko sa labas, tapos alam ko namang hindi ko siya bet na tao at nag-hi siya sa akin. So syempre, ayaw mo maging rude.
Yes.
So kailangan mag-hi ka rin. Bothered na ako the whole day. Kasi feeling ko sobrang plastic ko. Ba't ako nag-hi? Ayoko sa'yo. Alam mo yun? For me, I really cannot stand being plastic eh. Parang, what you see is what you get. I think that's something we both share. Like,
totoo.
When people meet us outside, they're akala nila siguro branding yung pinapakita natin on screen. But when they see us in person, they're like, oh my God, you're exactly the same.
Kaya nga sabi ko sa'yo, may ate energy ka talaga. Kaya ako minsan pag sinasabihin ako masama ugali, maldita, okay lang. Because I feel like you got that attitude because you deserved it.
Yeah.
Parang ako naman, kilala ko naman yung sarili ko, hindi naman ako magmamaldita for nothing. Hindi ako maging masama sa'yo for nothing. Because una, I don't have the energy for that.
Yeah.
Pangalawa, I don't like you taking up my mental space.
Yes.
Parang hindi ka para tumira dito rent-free.
Yeah.
At pangatlo, you either did something to me or something to the people, something sa people na mahal ko, kaya mo nakuha yung treatment na yan from me.
Yes.
Or parang you cross boundaries. Basta ako, pag sinabi ng tao na masama ugali niyan or maldita yan, good. Dahil marunong ako mag-set ng boundaries.
I love that perspective because yan din ang ginagamit sa amin. Mabait lang yan kasi may camera. Ano ba gusto mong...
Malamang kasi trabaho ko to.
Sandali lang naman. Ano bang gusto mong... Ano bang news ang gusto nyong makita? Na mabait ako sa tao or masama ugali ko sa tao? Or baka gusto nyo both? Hindi ko alam. Kasi pag mabait ka sa tao, masama ka pa din. Fake ka. Pero kung masama ka, tinan mo yung pagpapalaki dyan. Like, ano bang pwede kong magawa na hindi nyo ako i-judge? Pag mabait ka, may hidden agenda ka. Pag masama kang tao, yun ka.
Oo. So me, I'd rather be myself. Okay na akong sabihan niyo ako ng maldita, masama ugali. Buti naman, para hindi niyo ako maabuso.
Yeah. Oh, I love her. I love her more. Oh my God. Thank you because in a way, I feel like I'm being validated with whatever you're saying. Because ako din, pag nakikita mo ako sa labas, hindi naman ako parang yung girl, alam mo yung obsession smile? Yun ata ina-expect na lahat ng tao pag nasa labas kapag artista ka eh. Nakaganyan ka lagi. It's like, Hindi pa naman ako baliw.
Sana alam niyo rin yung feeling na nakangiti kayo tapos sasabihin ng tao na sino yan?
Oo, diba?
Parang, siguro the only time I will apologize for being maldita if I've done it to someone just to be mean.
Yes.
Pero parang so far, sa pagkakaalala ko, wala naman akong parang minamalditahan just because, wala lang.
Yes.
Parang hindi ko pa naman siya kaya. Kasi medyo takot din ako sa ako, medyo strong lang yung aura ko, strong lang yung personality ko, the way people see it. Pero ayoko din masyado ng konfrontasyon.
Yeah.
Parang, yes, I'm confrontational, pero I don't want to harness that power over someone.
Hindi girl, nakaka-drain ng energy ang confrontation.
So parang ako, yes, I can be confrontational, pero I choose not to. Kasi parang unang-una, what for?
Yes.
Pangalawa, wala din namang makukuha after, just to be right. Di kayo na lang yung tama.
Ito bang age na to, you've already practiced the art of choosing your battles?
Parang hindi pa masyado.
Same,
parang hindi pa masyado.
Minsan talaga mapagpatol din ako, may days ako.
Pero parang technically I'm choosing my battles and those battles are every battle.
Yeah. Well,
Lahat
that's true.
talaga. Kasi hindi rin naman ako makatulog pag alam kong hindi ko nasasabi yung tama. I hate it when people assume something sa akin, lalo na negatively, and they believe it's right. Kasi feeling ko parang I'm being judged and held on to a certain standard or persona na hindi naman ako ganun.
Yeah.
So parang it's my duty to correct that kasi hindi ako ganun.
Yeah.
Tapos what you see from me and after nun, parang ikaw na yun, diba? Basta ako, sinabi ko sa yung piece ko, and if you don't believe that, that's on you.
I love that. Okay, so meron ako tinanong kay Baus, so nandito si Baus. Ang sabi ko kay Baus, kung naniniwala ba siya sa burnt toast theory. It's delayed gratification, basically. Na parang hindi nangyari ang isang bagay sa'yo kasi you're meant for something bigger. Do you believe that na-apply mo ba yun sa life mo o nangyari ba yun sa'yo?
Wala akong maisip na specific moment nung burnt toast, bulol siya. Burnt toast theory, ganyan ko. Wala akong specific. Kasi, di ba yung iba sinasabi na na-late sila sa trabaho, kasi nasira yung sasakyan nila, and then pagdating nila doon, may sunog pala, ganyan. Wala pa naman akong ganung moment. Pero I believe in the power of delayed gratification.
Yes.
Yun talaga. Parang, syempre lumaki kasi ako mahirap. So parang everything for me nung bata ako ay delayed gratification. Dahil mahirap ako, hindi ko kaya makuha agad yung gusto ko. So kailangan ko siya pagtrabahuan. So parang hindi na siya naging concepto for me, but rather a reality. And it's not just a theory for me, but a survival instinct na siya. Instinct na siya for me. So hindi na lang siya basta-basta theory. Kaya siguro wala akong maisip na specific moment. Kasi everything that happened to me when I was younger is a burnt toast theory. Parang ganun siya for me.
Pero kunyari, itong time ng buhay mo ngayon, okay ka na. Your career is flying. You're at your peak right now. Are you still on survival mode?
Oo naman. Oo naman. Parang hindi naman na siya naalis sa akin. Feeling ko lagi ako naka-fight or flight mode. Ganon yung level nung buhay for me. And I feel like that's where I also get my adrenaline. Parang doon ko na lang nakukuha din yung fuel to really move forward, to really do the things I love. Kasi feeling ko pag di ko to ginawa ngayon, mawawala na sa akin yung opportunity. And I feel like it also stemmed from my childhood na kailangan mong i-grab every opportunity that you can get kasi hindi mo alam kung kailan lang siya ulit darating sa buhay mo. So that's what I have adapted also from my past, experiences as a child. Kaya ngayon, gano'n na lang din yung ginagawa ko. Tapos parang, na-realize ko na lang din na parang, oo nga, feeling ko sobrang nakaka-guilty na mag-rest ngayon because of how I grew up as a kid.
Parang hindi mo siya matanggal sa mind mo na, bakit ako tatanggi ng blessing? I mean, ito dating pinagdadasal ko eh.
Oo. Tsaka may fear na ako na dati wala akong pakialam eh, kahit anong sabihin ng tao. Ngayon natatakot na akong masira yung pangalan ko, yung career ko because I'm very protective of what I've built. Kasi this is not something I've built for myself. I've built it for my family. I've built it with the fortress of hope for my family to have a better life. Kaya medyo protective na ako of that. Dati wala talaga akong pakialam kasi hindi naman ako magnified before eh. But now everything I do is magnified. Ang daming comments, ang daming laging suggestions ng tao, ang daming mga opinions that before I never let it get to me. Pero now I try as much as possible to consider it for me to sustain what I have.
Yeah. So how do you filter that? How do you filter the ones that, okay, this is constructive, this is just abusive, and there's some are like, okay, unnecessary. How do you filter that without it getting to you?
Ako, I don't take comments from people. I don't necessarily consider comments from people who don't know me.
Okay.
Parang kung hindi mo ako kilala personally, invalid. Automatic invalid. I only attend to comments na hindi ko naman personally kilala if alam ko that it's fake news and it's perpetuating hate. Pero hindi na ako nagdedwell pag mga sinasabi lang na, ay, tumaba ka, ganito, ganyan, dapat ganito gawin mo, dapat di ka masyadong maging funny kapag nag-host ka ng mga pageants, Wala na akong pakialam dyan.
Ba't na kayo nangingialam? Kayo na lang mag-host.
Oo, di wag niyo akong kunin. Kinukuha ako for that. Tsaka parang, sana alam nyo that this is work. I'm not gonna do something on stage unless it's not approved or unless it's approved by the director. So again, ang ginagawa ko sa stage, everything was coordinated. So kaya ako kailangan maging funny ka. I'll try to be funny on stage. Pero it's not something that I'll do out of my free will. Kasi yung free will na yun, ginagamit ko sa bahay. Hindi sa trabaho.
So, okay, now I'm very curious because if you're the breadwinner of your family and then you're working almost every day of your life, how do you even manage your time? And how do you even give yourself to a lot of things at once? Like,
I don't.
good answer.
I don't.
Because if sa akin din natanong yan,
hindi ko siya alam kung paano ko siya minamanage. Kasi in the very first place, hindi ko naman siya minamanage talaga. Parang pag tinignan ko yung schedule ko, bakante pa. Sige, lagay natin to dyan. So wala ako yung parang, hindi pwede kasi I have plans for this. Wala. Kung ano yung dumating, sasalpa kita dyan.
I love
so
that.
Yun lang yung parang way ko of managing things. Hindi ako yung parang on top of everything. Hindi pwede. Dapat very strategic tayo para hindi ako pagod ng gantong araw.
Yes.
Dapat isi-schedule natin yung pahinga ko. Wala akong ganun. Pero I've learned from Ate Tuesday na sabi niya, dapat magpahinga ka bago pahingin ng katawan mo yung pahinga. Pero hindi ko siya nagagawa kasi nga pag nagpapahinga ako, lalo ako napapagod kakaisip.
So, sandali lang. Magpapahinga ako pero yung isip ko, hingal na hingal na.
Mamimili kayo. So, parang wag na lang.
Okay, so never mo naka-experience magbakasyon in peace?
Hindi talaga.
Grabe. I think you deserve one.
Talaga. Parang iniisip ko din yan na kailangan ko magbakasyon. Pero when I'm booking na parang, paano pag may pumasok na trabaho? Ganyan. Paano pag may kailangan kong gawin? Ganyan.
I think you're also the type na kunyari nakabook na lahat tapos pag may pumasok na trabaho, okay, resched.
Yes,
rebook.
Kina-cancel ko, nire-rebook ko. Meron akong trip with my family. This was recent lang. I was in Cebu with them. We were supposed to spend 4 days. Pero sila lang nagstay ng 4 days. I had to go back after a day.
Nakakaloka ka, girl.
Nakakabuiset.
So parang lumipad ka lang doon, okay, drop ko muna kayo, uwi na ako.
Okay, labas lang tayo na isang araw, tapos uwi na ako. Kasi may trabaho ako. Ganun. I have to reschedule things kasi kung hindi maaaning talaga ako.
Yes.
Sobrang workaholic ko.
So, are you a workaholic to a flaw?
Ano yun?
Workaholic to a flow na parang talagang ano ka na lang, work ka na lang, di mo na iniisip yung health mo, sarili mo, ibang tao.
Gusto mo yung ano yun?
Pero gusto ko yung may post ka eh. Yung,
Kasi trinay kong isipin, alam ko ba to?
parang, okay, ano yun? Girl, natatawa ako sa'yo talaga.
Hindi ko kasi alam kung alam ko ba yung sasabihin ko. So, tanong ko lang just to confirm. That's the thing about me. Hindi ako nahiya magtanong.
Girl, why not? Just ask questions.
Pag alam kong bobo ako sa isang bagay, sinasabi kong bobo ako sa isang bagay.
Ang harsh nung bobo, girl.
Yes!
Sobrang harsh nung bobo. Sandali lang.
Okay, pag ano na lang po ako sa isang bagay, pag unintelligent.
Well, that's a most decent way to put it. Kung ayaw mo tawagin ng isang taon bobo,
Pag ignorant na lang.
unintelligent.
Pag ignorant na lang ako sa isang bagay.
Okay, go. So, again, are you workaholic to a flow? Na talagang everything, my priority is work, the rest I don't care.
Ngayon, yes. Super. As in, malala. Parang work. Iniisip ko na lang, okay lang yung maaga ako makapag-retire. Either that o maaga ako mamamatay.
Tignan na lang natin sa susunod na kabanata.
Abangan nyo na lang. Kaya pag sinasabi na, magpahinga ka, okay lang yun, makapagpahinga din ako next time yung tuloy-tuloy.
Pag nasa kabaong na ako, magpapahinga
Hindi ako maistorbo. Pero sa hayaan niyo muna ako.
Naloka ako sa'yo, Joy. Diyos ko, Lord. Okay, eto na. So, you're the provider of your family. And you've shared this many times sa ibang interview. But,
parang gusto ko nang baguhin eh.
oo nga, ibahin na natin. Pwede ba ibahin ko na yung role ko? Okay, so, how young were you when you realized that you are the provider in your family?
Siguro nung mga nasa college na ako. Kasi when I was working in high school, I do extra. Nag-extra ako sa mga series, TV series, ganyan. Hindi ko pa nafe-feel na ako yung main provider that time. Kasi feeling ko lang, nakaka-help ako sa household. Pero I felt na ako na yung main provider nung college na ako. Kasi parang lahat na ng gastos ako na. Aral ng kapatid, kuryente sa bahay, bayad sa internet, pamasahe ko sa school. Parang, wow, mama.
Wait lang naman.
Wow, ganun. So parang doon ko na na-feel na, ako na to, ganyan. So yun yung parang moment na na-realize ko na, kailangan ko nang seryosohin to. And there's no turning back. There's no room for failures from here on. Kasi alam ko na kapag nag-fail ako, mag-fail din yung family ko, mag-fail din yung dreams ng mga kapatid ko. So I can't let that happen to them.
Meron ka bang some sort of sama ng loob?
Siguro parang yung sama ng loob ko na lang before, nakwento ko din to sa partner ko before, na yung sama ng loob ko lang, siguro I hate it kasi nagkaroon ako ng realizations na yung mga natutunan ko sa buhay, I had to learn it firsthand. I wasn't guided when I was growing up. So parang yung mga ginagawa ko, yung mga heartbreaks, yung mga failures, yung mga disappointments ko, hinandle ko siya on my own.
Yeah.
Unlike with other family na may magulang kang tatakbuhan, may magulang na mag-a-advise sa'yo na kapag ganito yung nangyari, ganito yung gagawin mo. Kapag ganito yung nangyari, takbo ka sa amin. Siguro the only thing I hated about growing up too fast was that I had to learn everything on my own.
I love that. I love that because a lot of people will relate to you in that sense. Na parang you're not growing up at a pace that you should be. You're forced to grow up. Yung ganyan. Because I'm like that. I basically experienced everything firsthand because I'm the eldest. So I saw it all. So yung pag-iisip ko, kaagad nag-mature. Yung kahit gusto mo pang magpaka... Ano ba yung word? Yung parang gusto mo muna innocent ka or wala ka masyado pang alam na bad things in life. Gusto mo parang innocent, virginal, ganyan yung mind mo. And then all of a sudden, it's like, wait, how come I know all of these things? How come like, I'm so aware of what's going on in life? And then na-realize ko lang na I was like a 13-year-old acting like a 25-year-old. And now that I'm turning 33, I feel like I'm 50. Yung mind ko's like, hinahabol ko pa.
Yeah.
Hindi ko na nga mahabol, B eh. Parang papuntang 60 years old na siya ngayon.
Kaya nga parang dati, pagsasabi nila, ang mature mo mag-isa. Parang dati tuwang-tuwa pa ako kasi feeling ko ang talino ko.
Yeah.
Hindi pala siya ganon. Hindi pala siya equal.
Yeah.
Kaya pala ako mature mag-isa because I was forced to grow up. Not because I had like wide perspectives on things. Hindi siya ganon. Kaya ako mature mag-isip because I had to. I had to be mature.
Yeah.
So, yun yung parang medyo looking back, parang hindi pala siya compliment. Before kasi tuwan-tuwa ako pag ganun eh. Pero realizing na kung bakit nagkaroon ako ng mature thinking and mature perspective, alam kong it was honed and molded by my childhood.
Wow. What's the best kung meron kang word na ma-describe sa childhood mo? Ano yung word na yon and why?
Best?
Best na lang.
Best word to describe?
Best is.
Parang, ano ba? Parang wala akong best word. Worst word.
Worst word. Pwede. O sige, maiba naman. Lagi natatanong ang best eh. Okay, maiba
Parang
tayo.
hindi ko pa
Worst word to describe your childhood.
Aking robbed. Wow, robbed.
Girl, that's deep ha.
I was robbed of my childhood.
Wow.
Kaya ngayon, yung mga kapatid ko, kasi when I got the money, when I got so much job and I was able to provide not just for myself but for my family, and nagkaroon ako ng extra to send my siblings to a good school, pinilit ko talaga sila. Ililipat ko kayo ng bahay, papadala ko kayo sa magandang school, pa-private school ko kayo lahat. Tapos sabi ko, kung may gusto kayong mga side quest sa buhay, mag-volleyball kayo, mag-sports kayo, gawin nyo. Enroll ko kayo sa summer class, gawin nyo.
Grabe ka, girl.
Kasi parang hindi ko siya na-enjoy nung bata ako. Hindi ko siya nagawa nung bata ako. Kaya nga pag nag-uusap, anong hobby mo? Parang wala nga akong hobby.
Magsalita.
Oo, yun lang, mang-judge.
Hindi lang yon. Hobby ko to't pinagkakakitaan.
Oo, diba? So parang ako, oo nga, no, na-realize ko, wala akong hobby kasi nga nung bata ako, hindi ko naman na-enjoy yung paglalaro nung bata ako. I learned responsibility way before freedom.
So you're living through your siblings. Basically. Lahat ng mga gusto mo nagawa, sige kayo na lang gumawa.
Oo, kayo na. Gusto nyo sumamang field trip? Go. Gusto nyo mag-ganito? Go.
Yeah, pero meron ka pa bang nagagawa for yourself that nahi-heal yung inner child mo?
Gumastos.
Sa bagay, robbed ka eh. So, pag gumagastos
Diba?
ka, feeling mo, okay, hindi ako robbed today.
May pera akong gagastusin. Gumastos. Pero gumastos for other people. Pag gumastos kasi sa sarili ko, nagigilty ako ng sobra.
Parang, oh my God,
Parang
the same person.
Parang, oh my God. At parang, lagi nga sinasabi sa ng partner ko, ikaw ang laki na kaya kang kinikita mo, ganyan. Wala ka man lang binibili for yourself. Wala eh. Wala akong maisip na kailangan ko. Kasi parang for me, lumaki ako na ang kailangan ko lang ay pagkain, matitirhan, damit, at trabaho.
Yes.
At dahil meron na ako ng lahat, feeling ko fulfilled na ako.
Yeah.
Wala akong hinahabol na, kailangan ko mabili to. Wala akong ganun. Wala akong ganun.
Sanay tayo na pag dumating yung sweldo, alam mo na kung saan pupunta. Alam mo yon na parang pagdating ng sweldo mo, okay, nakasegregate na to. Dito,
Naka-budget na yan.
dyan. So, sanay ka rin na kapag may natira, ipunin ko na lang.
Oo, tago
diba?
ko na lang.
Pero girl, ako natuto na ako. Bibili ako talaga. Magsha-shopping ako
Saan
talaga.
ka nagsisplurge?
Alahas, sis. Grabe, ang lala ko sa alahas talaga. Ay, di ko hino-hold back ang sarili ko sa alahas. Pag alam kong kumita ako, may goal ako every month. Pag kinikita ko yon in a month, I always tell myself, I need to see, parang milestone. I use it as a milestone thing that I buy. That, ito na lang eh, pag nakikita ko siya or suot ko siya, pinaghirapan ko, siguro I encourage you to do the same because I feel that nakakawala siya ng burnout. Kasi nakikita natin na meron pa rin tayong nakukuha. Kasi sanay tayo maging provider that, sige sa inyo na lahat. Okay lang, basta masaya kayo lahat, okay lang ako kahit ako. Like, wala bago sapatos, okay lang. But I've learned the art of like, bakit hindi ko pwede gawin sa sarili ko yon? Dapat ako din happy. Kasi kung hindi ako happy, paano kayo mabubuhay?
Totoo din naman. Kung miserable kami, paano na? Kasi yun din yung feeling ko before. Feeling ko I'm the glue of my family. Hindi ako pwedeng mag-breakdown. Kasi pag nag-breakdown ako, mawawasak lahat. Parang hindi ko afford mag-fail as a person. Kaya nga parang sobrang hyper-fixated ako on doing things my way because I know it has worked for me effectively for a very long time. Na kapag nasira siya, parang feeling ko mararatal yung sistema.
Grabe.
So, ganun na yung naging mindset ko na parang, okay, kailangan alam ko ang nangyayari kasi kapag hindi ko alam ang nangyayari, it's bound to fail.
But do you also set boundaries with your family? Na parang, okay, pag graduate ka, ikaw na to. Like, may boundaries ka ba na nasa-set with them?
Ngayon.
With your siblings?
And with my parents also.
Okay.
Kasi I also provide for my family. Hiwalay kasi yung mama at papa ko.
Okay.
So I give allowances to my mama and my papa. So parang ako, yan lang. Dati kasi, basta manghingi. Go bigay. Tapos parang na-learn ko din na parang hindi pwede. Kasi pag naubos ako, sabay-sabay tayo mauubos. So parang I learned how to set boundaries na okay, ito ang ibibigay ko sa'yo for the month. Ito ang budget mo for the month. Ito ang budget ng bahay. Yung mga kapatid ko, wag niyong problemahin. Ako magpapaaral sa kanilang lahat.
Grabe.
Pero that's just it. Tapos na tayo doon. Kapag may problema kayo, wala ka ng reason to go to me. Kasi sarili mo lang paproblemahin mo eh. Wala ka nang isipin. Yung mga kapatid ko, inako ko naman na. So kung may problema ka man on your own, you have your money, it's up to you kung paano mo gagastusin. So kung may problema kayo, ikaw na lang yan.
Yes. Pero so all your siblings live with you?
We have a house. I've gotten them a house near our house.
Grabe, girl. Grabe ka.
Ganon
Ano
siya.
ka? Super ate ka. Malala ka talaga. Like,
Thank you.
but, okay, sanay ka mag-mother sa mga kapatid mo. In the future, do you even see yourself having your own family? Because, girl, iba na rin naman yun. It's the family you build and create.
Yes. Ako, oo, gusto ko. Pero not so much. Kasi ang dami namin sa pamilya. Parang hindi kasi natatapos. Ate, kakagraduate mo lang. Meron na naman.
Ang dami mo gustong aralin.
Oo,
Ano ba
naman,
pang happy
te.
yan?
Tsaka teka, kaka-graduate na ng college ng isa, meron na namang magka-college. So parang ayoko ng sobrang daming anak. Gusto ko lang nung meron akong sarili ko kasi I enjoy nurturing. Na-enjoy ko siya sa mga kapatid ko. And I've somehow seen myself becoming a mom in that situation. Na parang, feeling ko ganito ako pag naging nanay. And I feel like kaya kong magmahal ng isang tao ng sobra because that's what I did with my siblings.
Yeah.
So gusto ko magkaroon ng family in the future. Pero ang deal namin, I'm blessed with a very understanding partner kasi he's older than me.
Okay.
Pero he's willing to wait until I'm ready. Sabi ko,
Wow.
basta hindi nakaka-graduate yung kapatid ko, or wala pa akong nakaset na budget para sa pag-aaral ng lahat ng kapatid ko, I'm not gonna go into marriage muna. Pero
Grabe.
kapag okay na tayo, okay na kami, okay na sila, at naset ko na sila for life, okay na. I'm okay to build my family na.
Grabe ka, Joy.
Talaga.
I feel like you patterned your entire life to making other people happy. And for me, but just by talking to you, I really pray that, you know, you start to think about yourself also. You love, yung pagmamahal mo sa lahat ng tao sa buhay mo, sobrang intense. It's
Thank
always
you.
magnified. And I'm so glad to meet a person like you. But ako parang I feel that you need to give that love back to yourself. Talaga. And I hope that these people that you take care of also take care of you. Because you really deserve to be taken care of. And alam ko sakit ng mga ate yung nag-aalaga ka sa lahat ng tao pero hindi mo na-feel na pagdating sa'yo walang nakangamusta, walang, alam mo yon. I hope that people take care of you the way you take care of them.
Sana. Pero ako, very grateful ako with my siblings. Kasi feeling ko naman, hindi kami ganun ka-expressive as family. Kasi we weren't raised as, parang as open as other family na talagang very open when it comes to saying, I love you, mahal kita, ganyan-ganyan. Pero lately, napapansin ko sa mga kapatid ko na very expressive sila. Lagi sila, trinit ko sila sa labas. Magme-message yun sa GC namin na, thank you ate, thank you kuya. Ganun sila. So parang ako, I feel like I've done a very good job when it comes to showing to my family how I want to see love in our family. Kasi kahit sila, when you help people kasi, parang the most fulfilling part of helping other people is when you see them growing.
Yeah.
And when you see them not wasting the chance of being helped.
Amen.
So, nung nakita ko yung mga kapatid ko na nagtathrive in their studies, yun nga, lagi kong sinasabi yung kapatid ko, summa cum laude yung isa magna cum laude. Tapos yung mga kapatid ko, scholars sila, academic honorees, yung dalawa kong kapatid na nag-aaral sa private school, they have their sports, they have very good friends. Pag nakikita ko sila nagtathrive ng ganun sa buhay, parang feeling ko hindi sayang yung pinaghirapan
Nanalo
ko.
ka na.
Oo, kasi parang as simple as that, kahit hindi nga sila, parang sabi ko, kahit hindi nga kayo mag-honor basta alam kong hindi kayo nagda-drugs, okay na yan. Ganun lang kababa yung expectation ko sa kanila.
Pasang awa ka, basta huwag ka mag-drugs.
Basta huwag ka mag-drugs. Okay na ako doon.
Kasi ibang problema naman yun.
Oo.
Diba? So at least hindi yun yung problema mo. At
Yes.
least wala kang problema when it comes to you giving.
Wala,
And
wala.
you know, at least alam mo that they're taking care of that hard work na nilabas mo.
Hindi ako madamot sa kapatid ko talaga. Siguro sa ibang tao minsan.
Kasi naman, girl, wala naman na natitira sa'yo.
Wala na akong ibigay kasi. Pasensya na kayo. Pero sa mga kapatid, hindi talaga ako madamot. Kasi nga, ayoko nung feeling na mafe-feel nila na hindi sila magawa because mahirap kami. Ayoko nang maramdaman nila na hindi nila ma-reach yung dreams nila kasi wala kaming kakayahan.
Yeah.
Ayoko nang ma-experience nila na experience ko nung bata na kailangan pa nilang mahirapan just to be able to feel the joy of life. So ayoko nang i-take sa kanila yung experience nila. Ayoko nang nakawin yung pagkabata nila.
Yeah.
So ako, maging bata na lang kayo. Do what you have to do. Be a student. Be what you want to be. And then I'll provide for that. Para ma-make sure ko na alam kong okay kayo and masaya kayo.
You're so selfless. Oh my God. You know, I don't think I've met a lot of breadwinners, but you talaga, you center your inspirations in life. Na yung mga kapatid mo yung
mag-take off kayo dyan.
Mag-achieve, mag-thrive. Like, grabe yung heart mo. I hope you know na ganyang kalaki yung heart mo, sis. Ang
Salamat, sis. Baka may enlargement of the heart.
Oo nga, baka pa-check ka na.
Actually, may lahi kami, yung leg ko. Actually, may lahi kami, enlargement of the heart.
Feeling ko magpa-ECG ka na.
Feeling ko, kailangan ko magpa-ECG. Update ko kayo.
Okay, ito na. One of my last questions. Sige, may dalawa. Looking back now, what has that journey taught you about resilience and success? So sa journey mo from your childhood till now, okay, kita ko nawala. The journey that taught you about resilience and success. How do you define resilience and success now?
Siguro success for me is not about having so many achievements, but that moment wherein you can look at yourself in the mirror and be at peace. And then resilience for me is not failing, but being able to not let whatever circumstance you have to define you. Yun yung resilience and success for me. So looking back, I was able to really learn about success and resilience because of the experiences. But it's really, I think, the character na na-embed din sa akin through those things kung bakit ko siya na-survive. And I feel like I was able to learn a lot of things. I was able to be stronger because of that. Of course, meron ako mga dreams na na-set aside ko. But I feel like the strength I earned and the strength I've learned from these things were propelling me to carry the weight of my dreams.
Grabe, girl.
So, parang okay na din ako sa mga natutunan ko. Kasi,
Miss Universe goes to...
parang yun,
Sabog ka, sis.
super okay na ako sa mga natutunan ko. Kasi feeling ko, kung hindi ako dumaan sa ganun at napunta ako sa ganitong klase ng career, hindi ko kakayanin yung attention ng mga tao, yung bashing ng mga tao, yung expectations ng mga tao. Hindi ko siya kakayanin talaga. But thankfully, I was able to build myself stronger as I grew up. I was able to grow faster. Kaya alam ko kung paano ko i-prepare yung sarili ko mentally, physically, emotionally in these things and in these arenas and spaces. Kaya parang ngayon, it's a walk in the park for me. Na parang if you don't like me, it's fine. I have overcome a lot of hurdles already para lang, kaya nga sabi ko, you will never see me break. Kasi ang dami ko na napagdaanan para lang matibag ng isang controversy or isang issue. So, wala na.
Parang unnecessary kasi yan kapag may controversies ka, gawa-gawa yan ng mga taong hindi nakakakilala
gawa-gawa ng
sa'yo.
Illuminati.
So alam niyo na hindi parte si Joy ng Illuminati. Pag may controversial si Joy, may controversies.
Illuminati.
Halatang hindi siya parte ng Illuminati.
So parang, yun lang. Feeling ko na-hone na ako na experiences ko. Feeling ko matatag na ako. I know for myself that alam kong kilala ko na ang sarili ko para hindi maligaw sa kahit anong tatahakin kong daan.
Alam mo ang controversy, gawa-gawa yan ng mga taong hindi kakilala. So kapag ginagawa nila yan, gusto ka nilang tibagin. They wanna break you. So it's really up to you if it's going to break you or make you better. There are some people who fall into the trap, but there are some people who thrive after controversies.
True.
It's because they know that kung papadictate ko yung buhay ko sa mga tao, or ipapahawa ko sa inyo yung buhay ko,
Yes.
ano mangyayari sa akin?
And I believe in the power of projection. So what you say about other people is also the very thing that you say to yourself. So if you're hateful towards other people, you're also hateful to yourself. Kaya dun sa mga tao na mahilig pumuna ng ibang tao, mahilig mag-throw ng hate comments, I hope you're kind to yourself para hindi mo nararamdaman yung urge to let other people the same hate and the same unkindness that you give to yourself. Kasi projection talaga siya.
Misdirected anger.
Parang hindi ko na mabigay lahat sa sarili ko. Parang punong-puno na yung sarili ko ng galit at kasamaan. So bigay ko naman sa iba. So feeling ko, heal yourself.
Yes. Okay, so ito na ang last question ko. Kung meron kang ma-advise sa lahat ng kabataan ngayon, this generation, based on everything you have been through, what's one piece of advice that you can give them if they're trying to navigate their lives?
Siguro advice ko na nito para sa sarili ko and to everyone. You deserve dreams that belong only to you.
Wow.
parang for so long kasi as a breadwinner, I have dreams not for myself but for my family. Gusto ko ganito sila, that I forgot what I want to do. So parang for me, I've learned it the hard way that you have to have your own dreams. You have to have your own milestones. You have to have your own goals and set it for yourself so that you know that at the end of your life, you've lived, you were happy, and you felt joy.
That's my wish for you.
Oh, thank you.
That's my wish for you. Ibabalik ko yan sa'yo, girl. That's my wish for you. And I'm so happy to see you thrive. You deserve every single success you have.
Thank you.
You have the biggest heart. I'm so happy to meet you.
Salamat.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
If you guys enjoyed this episode, please do drop your comments down below and I'll see you guys on the next episode. Bye! Catch the new episodes of the Bear Doll Podcast every Monday and Thursday on Spotify, and every Tuesday and Friday on our YouTube channel.